Welcome to Forgotten Video Store, the podcast where we go to the rental store of the same name in North Hollywood and pick out one of their unique movies that you can't find anywhere else on the planet. I'm your host, David Murto, aka Daddy Big Cup. And my guest this week is an Emmy-winning writer with credits including Regular Show and The Tom Green Show, and he's also an accomplished actor in such beloved shows as The Office, Review, Walk Hard, Arrested Development, The West Wing, tons of other stuff. We got Matt Price!
Hello. Great
Matt.
to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming all the way to North Hollywood to rent a tape with me.
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's such a cool place.
Matt, what's the most serious crime you've ever committed?
Ooh, most serious crime I've ever committed? You know what? Can I tell you something? Statute of limitations is over.
Okay.
But when we were in 7th grade, there was we thought it was fun to shoplift candy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are you taking?
You know, like a blow pop. I'm not proud of it.
Would you say your criminal days are in the past?
In the past, I'd say, yeah. Yeah, because I'm a very, I like to say I like to think I'm an honest, moral person. Uh-huh. And even talking about this makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
Let's move on.
No, we can talk about it. I'm saying, my point is it's good for me to talk about it.
Okay.
But it's just it's just, I don't feel like I was that person.
Okay.
Who stole blow pops.
Was it like a peer pressure situation?
Oh, I feel like, I don't want to blame anybody. I did it.
Uh-huh.
But, I also feel like they were doing it,
mm-hmm.
And I fell in line. It wasn't a lot of blow pops, but it was also from our local candy store. He was a good guy who owned it.
It was like an independent business.
Yeah.
Did you ever face any consequences? Or just in your own soul?
In my own soul.
Uh-huh.
I will say this, though. Can I tell you another thing about this store?
Okay.
Who I loved it. I'm not going to out who it was because it's gone now.
Mm-hmm.
But then we found out 5 years later, he was selling illegal fireworks in the back.
Okay. So you were robbing a criminal.
Well, maybe it was like a Robin Hood situation. I don't even know. Is that how Robin Hood worked?
Yes. Speaking of crime, you picked out a kind of a crime movie this week. You picked out a movie called Already Told You Everything. It's a film noir from 1952, directed by Robert Siodmak, who directed some of my favorite noir movies like The Killers, Crisscross, The Suspect. And it stars Edward G. Robinson, kind of the platonic ideal of a noir anti-hero.
Mm-hmm.
He's from stuff like Double Indemnity, Night Has a Thousand Eyes. Key Largo, he's really good as a villain in that.
We had it all.
You like noir? You a noir
Well,
guy?
so here's the thing. This is why I wanted to watch it, because I like noir. I don't feel like I know as much noir.
Okay.
Right? But I like Edward G. Robinson.
Sure.
It's one of the, I don't do a good impression, but I feel I like talking my memory of him talking.
Sure.
So I thought it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I like detective things are big right now, like the whodunits, the murder
true
mystery
crime.
podcast, true crime.
And it's Noir-vember. That's what you can call this month.
It is Noir-vember. Yeah. Finally got rid of Movember, and now it's Noir-vember.
There's also, of course, No Nut November, which don't participate.
You're telling people not to participate?
I'm saying I don't.
You don't.
And I also don't think anyone should.
Yeah, let's get rid of that one too. Mm-hmm. But Noir-vember takes over.
Yes.
No, I thought it'd just be fun, and Maltese Falcon, right?
Yeah.
Classic
noir.
Didn't care for it.
Let's see if we can top Maltese Falcon with a little something called Already Told You Everything.
Yeah. So I want to love it again. Uh-huh. Thin Man.
Thin Man's like comedy though.
Okay, see, I like those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was curious. Is this funny? I don't.
Not really. I thought
it wasn't
dead serious.
It was very serious. Not a laugh in the whole thing.
So we meet our main character played by Edward G. Robinson, and he's kind of like a divorce private dick. He's a private he has his private investigator license, but he specializes in husbands are I think my wife's cheating on me. The way we meet him is there's an attractive woman who's bringing the man into the bedroom, right? And they're let's get these decorative pillows out of the way. They start tossing the pillows and they're like, oh, this pillow's heavy. And they put it down on the ground. You kind of stay on that pillow as you hear them start their sexual dalliance. You realize that's not a pillow.
Yeah.
That's Edward G. Robinson in a big puffy coat pretending to be a pillow.
Yeah, it was a big body pillow.
A big body pillow.
Yeah. By the way, I was, just side note, I was really impressed that they lifted it.
Because he's not a small man.
No, not a small man. And just a human being in general. right? It's got to be 150. I don't know how much he weighs.
Closer to 200, I would think.
Close to 200, but that's
Close to $2.
way more than a pillow is, I guess, the main point.
Yeah. But
and they lifted it pretty easily, I thought.
That's like your hormones in overdrive kind of situation.
Yeah.
Like a horny mother can lift a car off her baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah.
Is that
right.
part of it?
I mean, that's part of November.
Yep.
Noir-vember. Yeah, I think that could be part of the exhilaration you get. Maybe you get a little horny as well when you're trying to save your baby from being under a tow truck.
Because you remember where the baby came from.
Right, yeah.
But
maybe that's how you conceived it.
So we see Edward G. Robinson's head kind of poking out of this big body pillow disguise, and he has his camera with the big flash bulb on it. And they're like, what was that? Maybe it was some thunder or something. And they keep on going. And then, so we realize, oh, this guy is like a master of digging up dirt on infidelity.
Right, like salacious activity.
Right, so we cut back to his office, and he's like handing the photos over, and it's like one after another. It's like, and you see the husband's face. He's like, oh, this is worse than I thought, this kind of stuff. And so that kind of establishes your character. It's like in, movies like Minority Report or something where the first 5 minutes is like a typical case.
Yes,
and you show
yeah.
the guy's prowess.
Yeah. Well, can I say one quick thing?
Please.
I thought it was funny that, again, they weren't playing this for comedy at all.
No, not funny.
But Edward G. Robinson kept being like, yeah, in case you didn't know, I was inside a pillow, see? Like he kept saying the disguises he was.
Right, yeah,
which is
he's
like,
proud of that.
He was kind of bragging.
And
the guy'd be like, okay. Like the guy didn't care.
He's more interested in his wife is cheating on him.
It's hard to get a camera in a pillowcase, see?
Right. Edward G. Robinson is a showman without an audience is his problem. He wants people to marvel at his disguises, but there's no one there because he's in disguise. There's no one there to appreciate him.
Yeah, he had the attitude of like an open mic comedian. Like no one's really paying attention nor like interested in your content.
You know anything about that? You ever do open mics?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure, I've done open mics.
Do you still do it? Or
I don't. But in my younger days, for sure.
And so this husband with the unfaithful wife is kind of breaking down and crying. And Edward G. Robinson says, I still got the pillow suit. I could show you the pillow suit.
Right.
And he's not interested. He leaves the office. And the next guy who comes in is a real smooth operator. And it's played by Glenn Ford from The Big Heat and 3:10 to Yuma, the good one. He comes in and he's like wearing an expensive suit. And he basically is like, I need you to track down my dame.
Seems like that's in his wheelhouse.
Right.
That's what he does.
He finds women, yes.
Yeah.
But this guy's flashing bills.
Right. This is clearly a bigger case.
Right. Edward G. Robinson, perhaps in over his head.
Oh, for sure.
And he's like, tell me about the dame.
Yeah.
She's a showgirl.
She works at the, he tells us she works at the Dodo Room.
The Dodo Room.
Which is like, named after, of course, the dodo bird, which is
sure.
Like,
all those clubs are always named after birds.
Yeah. Yeah. They're at the Flamingo, see? Something like that. But this is the Dodo Room, which, interestingly enough, it's like the Dodo Room, I don't even remember. Like, is the dodo extinct by this point?
By the 50s, I think probably.
Probably, right? So is this a dying art? What's going on in the Dodo Room?
Yeah.
Like, are they trying to make a point there? Or is it just like...
Is this dame extinct, like the dodo? Ooh,
yeah.
Hunted to extinction.
And also my, 4-year-old brain is like, was it like a doo-doo joke?
Could have been a doo-doo joke.
Right, is it that? But again, I don't think they're going for comedy at all. So
No.
So
This is a dead serious movie. Glenn Ford's character doesn't know where this dame lives. He doesn't even know her real name, but he's into this broad big time. So Edward G. Robinson, his only lead is the Dodo Room.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting that Edward G. Robinson was like, is there a sign on the door? How do I find it? Like, he didn't know.
Yeah, he's kind of a dumbass.
Yeah, like, he was always asking stuff like that.
Stuff that... Like, you would think an investigator, like, why don't you figure it out?
Right. Like, he was asking for help, like, for direction. Like, you have a friend who always asks you for, like, well, how do I get there? Like, well...
So put it in Google Maps.
Exactly, right. And they don't have Google Maps then. But I thought it was funny. It was like, what does Dodo look like, Shay? Is there, an image I'm looking for on the sign? It's like, the guy was like, just, what am I paying you for?
Right.
Like, he gave him a lot of money. So I just thought that was, like, a weird thing that they didn't need.
A little characterization.
But honest, maybe, too. Like locations. He wasn't great at locations.
I'm not either, to be honest. So I'm identifying with Edward G. Robinson's character in this movie.
That's fair.
Dodo Room. Mm-hmm. He goes and they do a big show because you always have to have like a kind of a big show number in these kind of movies. They're singing a show tune called Big Boner, which you have to remember at the time meant something different. It was like a slip up.
Yeah, big mistake. Yeah, you make a bonehead mistake.
Right, yeah. So that's
right.
what they mean by big boner.
Which made sense. It took me a minute because they kept saying, like, I made a big boner.
Yeah.
Which is, I made a big mistake. But in my head, I'm
Right.
like, what do you mean you caused someone to have a big boner?
Right, because it's all women doing the show.
Right,
and they
yeah.
kind of are slipping around and like falling on top of each other and doing, I did a big boner.
Yeah, right.
But it's a marvelous production number.
yeah, and a really intricate one. Mm-hmm. You know, like the shots they were doing. They did that overhead. I don't know if Frank Capra used to do that, but like that big, beautiful overhead shot of like all 20 dancers.
It's cool as hell.
Like, yeah,
I would
making
love
a
to
big
go to
boner.
the dodo room. So after the show, he sneaks backstage to the dressing room. All the girls are giggling and doing their makeup. And he's like, this broad used to work here. She been gone 7 days. Anyone know where she went? And they are kind of dumbfounded, acting like they don't know what he means. But then you quickly learn they actually know exactly what he means. Because one of them says, you just asked us that a couple
Right.
nights ago.
Yeah.
We already told you everything.
Right, you've been
And
here.
I'm like, hey, that's the title of the movie. So this is an interesting turn of events. So he's, saying, I don't, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah, I've never been to the dodo room before, see? This is my first time here. And they're like, no, we literally... And then someone else came in that wasn't in before, and she was like...
Oh, hey, you're back.
Right, exactly. Which is so
So he's
funny.
like, well, can you tell me again?
Yeah.
And so they are kind of dumbfounded by this whole exchange, but they give him the address. They give him the address of the apartment where the girl was staying.
They gave it to him again.
Right.
They're like, we literally wrote this down for you 3 days ago, but hear it again. Please don't come back and ask again. This is all in the movie, not edited out.
Yeah. At first I was like, oh, this is like the second take of the scene and they accidentally left this in the movie.
It didn't seem to be, because this is a recurring theme.
He goes to the apartment in question. Of course, the mystery woman, she's not there, but her roommate is. Mm-hmm. And she's played by Gloria Graham, who is from The Bad and the Beautiful. I think she won the Oscar for that. She's in It's a Wonderful Life. She plays like the flirty...
One of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a good one. So she's the roommate of the mystery woman. And she comes off all sexy. He's like, you liked what you saw. You came back for more.
Right.
Edward G. Robinson is like, I've never seen you before.
Right.
And he's like, I'm looking for the mystery dame.
She's a ginger. That's all I know.
And Gloria Graham, of course, is blonde. She's like, yeah, my roommate. I know. I told you about this the other day, remember? When you were here. And we had a couple glasses of whiskey. You take yours.
Neat.
Neat.
Yeah.
No ice. And he's like, that's right. How'd you know that? It's like, because you were here 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
We had this whole exchange. And I told you about my ginger roommate.
By the way, this is becoming now my favorite part of the movie as we're watching it. No, why can't he remember anything? Did something happen to him in the 3 days? Is it like a hangover situation?
Well,
or is he just forgetful?
Every scene in the movie, he is drinking a glass of whiskey. So perhaps he's blacked out at this point and kind of retracing his steps. We know he's perhaps not the brightest tool in the shed. He could just be losing track of the plot. Which I relate to that.
Yes.
I'm watching a noir, I'm losing track of the plot, kind of forgetting who everyone is.
Right.
So maybe they're doing sort of a meta commentary on film noir itself with this guy.
And that's what I was wondering. Is this a meta film noir?
We saw The Big Sleep. I had no idea what the hell was going on in that movie.
Maltese Falcon for me. Same.
Yeah. Who are these people?
Why are they looking
I
for
know
this
that
thing?
person was in an earlier scene, but I don't remember what they were doing in that scene.
Sure. Why did this woman hire Humphrey Bogart and then he just slapped her for really no reason? And he's the person we're rooting for? What? What's happening right now? But anyway, that's what I appreciate about this movie, at least. I was like, well, now I'm like, the real mystery is like, what's happened to this guy?
Yeah.
Who is he?
Yeah, I am less interested in where is this ginger mystery dame. I'm more interested in why can't this guy remember anything? But he's insistent, it wasn't me. So I'm like, maybe it was someone else. Did Glenn Ford also hire a lookalike private investigator who's 2 days ahead of Edward G. Robinson?
Yeah.
But he starts drinking whiskey after whiskey with Gloria Graham.
There were some shots too I thought was cool. Did you like this where the director would you'd see his POV and it would be blurry?
Yeah.
And it got a little blurrier, I thought. Is that...
At first, I thought it was like something with the... Because we watched it on a VHS tape. I was like, maybe it's just an old tape or something. Yeah. But...
the tracking was off.
Yeah, it does get blurrier and blurrier. And then you start to see a little shape, a circular shape bouncing back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. 10 love. 10 love. And you're like, what is this?
And they're playing ping pong.
Oh, yeah. That's what that was.
Yeah. And I was like, and again, I'm probably thinking too much about the production of it all, but I was like, are they introducing ping pong to the world right now? Have people seen?
Ping pong known at that time?
Right. Have people, are they, like, is this a tie-in with MGM or whoever made this movie? Like, MGM's ping pong. But it was also just a fun game. They were both very good at ping pong.
Yeah, and they were laughing a lot, having a great time.
Yeah.
But so this is lending credence to the idea that this guy just got drunk and forgot.
Okay, so they're playing ping pong and they're doing, it's a really fairly extended sequence where they're doing really well.
Yeah, it's cool how they did that all in one shot. It's like Forrest Gump level.
It was, yeah. And it reminded me of like when you watch like on YouTube, like Japanese players playing, it's going really fast.
Yeah.
Like they were skilled. Anyway, at one point, Edward G. Robinson like makes a point, he hits it right in the corner. And she's like, damn, nice shot. But it rolls into the corner of the room, the ball.
Yeah.
And he goes to get it. And while he's down there kneeling over to pick it up, the ball lands right next to this box. It's like a box it's from this doctor.
Yeah.
On the top of it, it's written like top secret or something from Dr. Pantages.
Yeah, Dr. Pantages.
Great name.
Edward G. Robinson, what's that? And Gloria Graham says, that was my roommate's box. She told me never to open it.
Right. Yeah, it says do not open on it.
Right on it.
Which is like, you're going to open it.
Yeah.
Right. So, of course, he does.
It's almost like a medical, like the medical coolers they have. And there's two, like, kind of throbbing bits of human tissue. Is that brains? It is. It's two pieces of brains, kind of. I know brains don't beat like a heart, but it does look like they're beating like a heart, like they're throbbing, like there's some life to these things.
Right, they're shimmering. Right, yeah.
It kind
pulsating.
Of kind of freaks him out. He closes it. Shuts the latch.
By the way, understandably freaks him out.
He's also like very drunk at this point.
Every point.
And Gloria Graham is like, we still have game point. So they get back to the game.
You know, you have to win by 2. That they also, he keeps saying you got to win. Are we playing real rules? You have to win by 2. And
she's like, that's all I ever play.
And was that sexual when she said that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at one point she hits the ball. They spend way too much time on this ping pong.
Yes.
At one point she hits the ball, gets the point, it bounces up, lands in his whiskey glass. And she says, that means you have to chug it.
Yep.
And so this also is like kind of an early drinking game.
Yeah, right. It's introducing beer pong, whiskey pong, whatever, and ping pong. I think as we're talking about it, I'm realizing they're showing you all the things you can do with ping pong. So that, again, I do think it was product placement.
Gloria Graham wins the ping pong game. And she's like, do you want to stay the night? Edward G. Robinson is not having it. He kind of has a low opinion of women, I think, after all these years of like investigating infidelity. He kind of...
By the way, never blames the man.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I remember in another movie, she'll say, well, it takes 2 to tango.
That's a great point.
And he's like, does it? But it does. I mean, it doesn't...
It doesn't make much sense to tango by yourself.
No.
I wouldn't consider it infidelity if a woman were tangoing by herself.
Not at all.
So anyway, Edward G. Robinson leaves in a huff. He like she has like a bowl of fruit on the side table, and he like takes an orange and smashes it, and then a banana and smashes it in her face, and like a couple kiwis and stuff. I'm like, this guy's rude.
That was, again, I'm going to go back to Maltese Falcon, the unnecessary violence. Like against women,
misogyny.
Yeah, it's like, but that took it to another level.
That's an
a kiwi doesn't break either.
Yeah.
It just kind of
mushed. Uncomfortable.
Yeah, just like, and it's scratchy.
It's a little fuzz.
Yeah, he was like scratching it on her cheek. They just played this great game of ping pong. It was very odd.
I thought they were friends at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a sore loser. But he leaves.
Right.
He's walking home. He's like poured the remainder of the bottle of whiskey in his glass. So he's walking home with a full glass of whiskey.
Right.
Sees something out the corner of his eye in the storefront. Someone's sneaking around watching him, and it's a person who looks just like Edward G. Robinson. So there is a doppelganger who's potentially also investigating the mystery Ginger Dame. He breaks into this storefront. He's chasing him all around, left, right. It's an intense part of the movie. He gets him dead to rights, pulls out his handgun. Big old crack. He finds, oh, we're in a mirror store.
Yeah.
This idiot was so drunk that he thought he was chasing his doppelganger. He's actually looking in a mirror. And that's 7 years of bad luck right there. Actually, he shot through a mirror into another mirror, so that's 14.
Absolutely. I thought it was interesting, too, because he's chasing this other guy, quote unquote, and the other guy has a kiwi in his hand.
Yeah, that would have been a wild coincidence.
Yeah, and I was like, who just runs around with a kiwi?
So he goes and he's looking at these broken mirrors, and he holds up like a shard of broken mirror, and he sees something in the reflection.
He sees a sign, a blinking neon sign. It says Dr. Pantages.
Fine brain surgeries.
Open.
Open late.
Open all night, I think is what it said. NITE. So it's like a fun brain surgeon, too.
Right.
It's like a diner
And
vibe.
also maybe he wanted to save a couple bucks on his neon
Right.
sign.
Yeah, one less letter. Edward G. Robinson, obviously if you're looking at this shard of mirror, it's behind you.
Means it's behind you.
It's behind you, but
he's not clear on that.
He's not clear on that either. Like, is it, starts walking forward. He's like, clearly has a problem with directions, of any kind.
But I do too.
Again,
So
yeah, not a judgment. I'm just saying, like, that's just who he is.
Yeah.
But then he figures out, after, again, a long sort of bumbling sequence in this mirror shop, that it's out right across the street.
But then he sees what looks to be his doppelganger again, and he said, I'm not falling for that again.
Right.
That's a mirror. But then this image of Edward G. Robinson, he notices two things a little curious. One, he got a big old curly mustache.
The guy inside, right? Yes.
And two, he has a giant basket. It's got to be something dangerous, because he starts screaming,
I am bringing you the pen. I bring the pen. Keep saying that.
I would be freaked out if I saw myself with a mustache.
Yes.
I would be twice as freaked out
Yeah.
if I saw myself with a mustache carrying something, screaming, I'm bringing you the pain, running towards me.
Right.
Which this guy is.
This guy's running, yeah. He leaps over the counter space, right? And he's holding, again, this big, we don't know what it is.
Probably torture tools or something.
Torture tools, yeah.
Our hero, Edward G. Robinson, starts climbing up like the fire escape, but he's a heavy guy. It takes him a while. And then the kind of evil version is after him and kind of grabs him by the legs. He's like, I bring the pen.
Yeah. Do you want the pen? Do you want the pen?
I don't want the pain.
Yeah.
Too bad. He pulls him down, shoves in the basket,
Yeah.
opens it up. What's inside? The most delicious smelling fresh baked bread.
This beautiful baguette.
And then I'm thinking, wait a minute. In French, bread is pain.
Yeah.
This guy was some sort of baker. And he says, you're the pain.
Right.
2 nights ago, you love to eat. I make you extra pan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it took
You
him...
said you wanted the pen.
So he spent 2 days baking him a ton of bread, and he's trying to deliver it. But our hero, Edward G. Robinson, has no memory of placing the order. And this is an interesting scene because they're doing a two-shot with two Edward G. Robinsons, looking at, a la the Nutty Professor to the Clumps.
Right. Yes. Yeah, sure. And the Nutty Professor won.
Oh, yeah.
All of the Nutty Professors
Any Nutty
coming to
Professor.
America.
Yeah.
This was obviously
Norbit,
Bowfinger, like a lot of these movies.
any Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, I love Eddie Murphy, but I didn't know Edward G. Robinson had this tool in his toolbox.
He was the first Eddie to do it.
He was the first Eddie.
The Edward G. Robinsons, they're breaking bread together. Our Edward G. Robinson kind of like is bearing his soul. He's like, I've been investigating this mystery dame, and everywhere I go, they say I've been there already. I don't remember. Is it? Do I drink too much whiskey? Was it you? He's like,
I am not the detective. I am the bringer of the pen. And Edward G. Robinson's like, you keep saying it that way, see? It's scary. Do you see what I'm, it's difficult for me, see? And they talk about the differences, It was an interesting moment culturally, I thought.
He's like, guys in Paris are like this. Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
Guys in Los Angeles are like this.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right. It's a lot of going back to open mic, it's a lot of open mic style.
If it wasn't a doppelganger, was it him just getting drunk and forgetting everything? We don't know, but we do know the clue lies behind those doors in Dr. Pantages' all-night brain surgery. And the baker's basically like, Dr. Pantages will never see you. He's got a waiting list a mile long. But he has a plan.
The baker has a plan, yeah. So the baker reveals that he shares a bathroom with Dr.
like next-door
Pantages.
businesses.
Right. So there's a bathroom, and it's double-sided. You have to go in. It's again a long explanation, but he's like, you have to go in and then make sure that other door is locked, so no one comes in that side. And Edward G. Robinson's like, go on. It's kind of anyway.
It's a little much for him, but
It's a lot for him. Yeah, he's kind of drunk. But anyway, that's how he's going to sneak in because he wants to take Dr. Pantages by surprise, even though the business is open all night.
Right,
and customers could just go. He doesn't, but he wants to sneak in. He is a detective after all. So he does. He goes back there. He has to ask the baker for a code, which I thought was Edward G. Robinson doesn't know it, and he's like, deux, cinq. Edward G. Robinson doesn't speak French. Again, they're not doing this for comedy.
Right.
It's all very, obtuse. But he finally gets in the code, goes in, uses the bathroom.
Right, yes. Edward G. Robinson, uses the bathroom. He goes to wash his hands, looks up in the mirror, is like, why'd you come in to the bathroom with me, you see? And he thinks it's the baker, but it's really just a mirror.
He doesn't understand how mirrors work either.
He has a lot of trouble, this guy. Anyway, he goes into the other door, into Dr. Pantages' office, and it's a swivel chair, and he swivels around. And we see Dr. Pantages. He's a freaky guy. He's played by an actor, Henry Daniell, who's really good from some of the Basil Rathbone Sherlock Holmes movies, plays Moriarty. This guy's like, I see you've returned for the rest of your operation. Operation? What is this? This guy knows me too? You need to tell me what's going on. See, I've been lost this whole investigation, and I need answers. And Henry Daniell basically says, I'm not going to bother telling you anything because you won't remember because I already removed the memory center of your brain. This is a shocking moment. But he leads him back to a operation room. Two of the beds right next to each other. One of them already occupied by a beautiful ginger dame.
We haven't seen her yet.
She's under.
Yeah.
And the top of her head's missing. Skull's cracked open. Her brain's right there.
Yeah.
And Henry Daniell basically wants to get Edward G. Robinson to lay down on this bed. And he's like, I'm not doing it, see?
You already did 2 days ago. I just have to finish. And he's like, I did.
He's like, once we're done with this operation, everything will feel right as rain.
Right. You'll be able to remember everything again.
This is attractive to Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah.
He agrees. He gets down, puts like the chloroform cloth over his nose, and the screen kind of gets all woozy again, blacks out. We cut, we see Glenn Ford again, goes back to the private eye office, goes in, sees Edward G. Robinson, says, I paid you a lot of money to find this dame. Have you tracked her down? Do you know where she is? Edward G. Robinson says, I found her. She's here in this office. She's me.
You can't spell dame without me.
Henry Daniell performed a brain transplant. Switched these two. So now Edward G. Robinson's brain is in a beautiful ginger dame, and her brain is in Edward G. Robinson's body.
Which is great because his dream was always to be a showgirl.
We talked about at the beginning of the movie, this guy is a showman with no audience. Now, finally, he can live his dream and perform for an audience. Yeah. And the Ginger Dame's dream was to be a man and not be talked down to all the time.
Right, not have kiwis smash in your face whenever you win a ping pong game.
So Glenn Ford is not pleased. He wants his money back. But Edward G. Robinson does is he taps twice on the little sign on his desk, says, all sales final. Then we cut. We're back at the Dodo Room.
Beautiful dancing.
The musical number, real exciting. It must have been an easy transition for Edward G. Robinson's character because it is kind of like cops and robbers themed. It's about informants to the cops who are saying, "I'm gonna finger you." Mm-hmm. Completely innocent. It's the 50s. They didn't have this terminology.
Right. They don't know yet what that would mean.
From our modern day lens, there seems to be a sexual element to the song. I'm gonna finger you.
Especially because, they're pointing with their finger. They're doing the twisting it a lot.
Right, yeah. That's just choreography.
Yeah, the choreography, again, if you're looking at it through our lens, is pretty graphic,
suggestive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But back then, they're smiling, they're laughing. Especially Edward G. Robinson,
who's now a beautiful ginger woman.
He's having the time of his life.
And we're happy for him.
Yeah.
We're proud of him.
We're proud of him. He came around. He stumbled into the right client, right? Mm-hmm. So he sort of solved the case.
Went out on top. That was a beautiful movie. Thank you so much for picking that out. Better or worse than The Maltese Falcon?
Better.
Better than The Maltese Falcon.
Yeah. It was, again, there was, it's for me more memorable. Mm-hmm. I want to see more now. Of this genre, where I kind of, after seeing Maltese Falcon, I was like, nah, I don't. But this caught my eye, and I was like, I'll give it another try. Mm-hmm. And now I'm really back in. So I hope other film noir
they're all basically like this.
Yeah.
All right, to end things out, I like to do something called plugs and rants. So anything you want to promote, I'll give you the opportunity to do that. And anything you want to rant about, get off your chest, any complaints that are weighing on you, give you the opportunity to do that too. Sure. For example, we're into the part of the year where the prefixes of the months don't match the number of the month. Because Sep means 7, but it's the 9th month. Right now we're in Noir-vember. Nov means 9, but it's the 11th month. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. So I've had it with the way we do months on this planet. We have to remember which months have which amount of days. Some are 31 days, some are 30. February, no one knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. So enough. Look, from now on, we're going to have 10 months. All 10 have 36 days. That's 360 days right there. We got 5, sometimes 6 days left over. That's a little bonus zone at the end of the year where you don't have to work. There's no obligations. It's just 5 or 6 days off. You don't do anything. Then that's how we're doing years from now on. I've been writing to the UN to get this implemented, but I haven't heard back yet.
I hope you get a letter soon.
Thank you.
I don't see who would object to changing the calendar system at this point.
Yeah. Make it easy. Simple.
Make it easy. Have that extra 5-6 day bonus there.
I'm going to set up shop outside of Target with the clipboard and have people start signing.
Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't. Why they wouldn't want to disrupt everything.
Thank you. Do you have anything you want to promote or rant about or both?
Let's see. Promote. Well, they brought regular show back. So
it's back.
It's coming out in hopefully May.
Nice.
That's good. I'm performing in a show on December 14th called Tell It, if you're in the area.
Where's that going to be?
It's on Pico, in the Pico, what area? Mid-city-ish. I don't have the exact address.
Okay.
But it's called Tell It. It's a lot of fun storytelling. It's ranting. I wish people would just use their headphones, really, when they're out watching videos.
Agreed, yeah.
I don't need to listen to your... Even if you're listening to this, by the way, which was really fun, but, just put your headphones on.
Yeah.
AirPod, something. I don't need to hear while I'm taking a hike. Or
people are my speakers on my phone aren't even as loud as people having a conversation at the restaurant or whatever. That's not the issue. The issue is the sound quality. It sounds all tinny and
it's very
shrill.
Tinny, yes. I don't need to hear your exactly.
Yeah. It's the quality of the sound. It's not the volume.
Totally. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Planes, I have noticed, they start, at least on Southwest, saying, if you're going to use an electronic device, you need to use headphones. Yeah, which I appreciate a lot.
That's a crime if you're not using a headphone. I've sat recently near somebody who was just watching a video, and I said, and I didn't do it in a Karen-y way, I just said, hey, can you please put your headphones on? Because you were very close, and this is a long flight. And he kind of looked at me I guess I could. Why is that even a question?
Right. Yeah.
Why are we even having this conversation? Definitely put your headphones on. That's the petition I want to get going.
Okay, I'll add that. I'll have 2 clipboards when I set up shop outside of Target.
That would mean a lot.
Matt, thank you so much for coming to North Hollywood. It's been a blast and always a pleasure to see you.
Great seeing you. Thanks for having me. I learned a lot.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Forgotten Video Store. And just like Edward G. Robinson followed the clues, you should follow this show so you don't miss an episode. Christmas is coming! I'll be back next week with a holiday-themed movie. Forgotten Video Store is a slop-free zone. We never use any kind of AI for any part of the production of this podcast, not even the hastily photoshopped episode art. The music in this episode was Funky Energy Loop and We Wish You by Kevin MacLeod, Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. Okay, bye!